Hey everyone, today I'm sharing another case study. This one specifically was dealing with only shoulder blade pain, so the area between the shoulder blades close to the spine, it would change from side to side. If that sounds like something you're dealing with and you need a little bit of help with, stick around for this video. I'm going to share with you how this person presented and what worked for them. My name is Dawn. I work at Performance Place Sports Care, just one part of the locally world famous chiropractors here in Costa Mesa, California. And we're just going to hop right into discussing what is going on with this patient. So they presented, again, with only shoulder blade pain, nothing going on in the neck, low back, really anywhere else. It felt like some achy muscles that just kind of ran up and down between the shoulder blades. But when it got really bad, there were some specific spots that would pop up. It started on the left side, it would migrate to the right. And sometimes, just dependent upon the day, it would go back and forth. Usually not together, but would just bias one side over the other. But sometimes it would happen together, okay? This specific person had pretty good range of motion in the neck, nothing crazy going on with the neck itself, but looking backwards would definitely reproduce some discomfort into the shoulder blades. Looking down felt super duper stretchy, and he definitely could, we wanted to see more range of motion in that as well. Shoulder blade range of motion was also looking pretty good, but it just wasn't comfortable. He would just describe, there's his symptoms: reaching overhead, reaching backwards, squeezing, things of that sort would all reproduce it. Sitting for long periods of time definitely brought it on. Driving, really couldn't do a lot of upper body motions. Anything pushing was typically fine, but rowing exercises didn't feel so good. And he thought, doing these rowing exercises was going to be helpful, was going to strengthen that area, but it seemed as though it was only provoking, never during, but maybe later on that day. It just feels like it only made things worse to do any sort of strength exercises of the shoulder blades. He's tried mobility for the spine, mobility for the neck, temporary relief, nothing that really lasted. So after we did an examination, after we did neurological and orthopedic exam and made sure it was okay and safe for us to do what we do here, we dove into this specific exercise. So one thing I want you guys to keep in mind is if this thing doesn't work out for you, maybe it doesn't feel good to do during, maybe it doesn't give you the relief you're looking for, this was just specific for this person. There are so many ways to find relief for shoulder blade issues. We just have to find the right recipe for you. And so if you want to learn more, if you want to try more things, you could go on our YouTube channel and type in whatever symptoms you have, and there's tons of videos there for you. Or there might be a webinar that pops up that you can click on. It's a free resource. We educate you in that webinar as well as show you more things that you can try, okay? So here's the exercise that we specifically did. We were really talking about how to properly activate certain areas around where we were focusing, as well as just get long through the head and mobilize certain areas. This exercise it's simple, it's nuanced, but it's helpful when it works, okay? So what we did is we came down to the knees and to the elbows. You bring the elbows kind of close here, maybe just inside the shoulders. And then you bring your palms up to your forehead here, okay? And you relax your head into the forehead. Everybody's limbs and back and body is different, so the way I look in this position is going to be different from person to person. The ultimate goal is to have a straight spine case from the tip of my bum here to the top of my head. We want it to be as neutral as possible. We don't want, laziness here or any of this sort of thing happening. So we might need to just play with elbow position a bit. So for you to know, you can always peek in a mirror and see how you look. But we also want to play with sitting back or sitting forward and seeing which one of these gives us maybe just a slight little stretch activation in between the shoulder blades here, okay? The next thing we're going to do, I'm going to give you a couple of cues that you can play with. One of them is tall through the top of your head, like I'm going to shoot maybe a unicorn horn through the wall in front of me there or to the top of me here. So what that looks like is, okay? Another cue that could work really well is push your forehead into your hands, or make a double chin, okay? And this is going to activate all kinds of different things. You might feel your neck, you might feel your shoulder blades, you might feel your arms, okay? Play with what you feel. It shouldn't be painful, it should be active. So with this guy, once we found the position that worked for him, okay, and once we found about 50% effort with that pressure, we just hung out here and we breathe deep into the belly. So where I feel the waistband of my pants around my abdomen here, I'm breathing deep into all of the quadrants there. So not just forward in the belly, but into my low back as well. We hung here for about a minute or 2 minutes. And the very cool thing was that as he was feeling symptoms, they were just slowly melting away. So we just hung out until his 6 out of 10 pain went to a 5, went to a 4, until he just wasn't feeling much symptoms anymore. And just felt like there was just some effort happening in the muscles that we needed to work, okay? So we did 3-4 rounds of that for maybe 2 to 3 minutes, playing with how much tension, how much pressure, cueing him properly in the breathing, making sure his spine looked good. Such a simple movement, and it worked so well for him. Getting back up, retesting all of that pain and discomfort, it had melted away. I think we actually got him to a 0 just doing that. So really, really cool when it works like that. It doesn't always work like that with everybody though. We sometimes have to tinker with things or try other stuff. There's always just finding the right recipe for everybody, okay? So with that, your symptoms should melt away, or you shouldn't feel much symptoms in this, and then retest afterwards and see how you feel, okay? If you guys have specific questions, if you want to know if you should be doing this or something different, click on the links below, okay? Go on our YouTube channel, all kinds of things that you can try. But reach out to us and we'd love to help guide you in the right direction.